Welcome to LFFL 10 Prime Time. We are live and in person. We're live at the draft. We are live on the Google Sheets. We are live right now telling you what happened in week number 2 and getting you ready for week number 3. And we had some fun action in week number 2. Your first game, back and forth, back and forth. Eric and Tony put on an absolute show in this one. At the end of the day, Tony walks away with a 93-87 win over Eric. Look at the high scores from these teams. Tony's quarterbacks, 19 and 15. Eric gets 15 from Tua, 15 from James Cook, 21 big points from Monroe St. Brown. And look at their kickers. Spencer Schrader, a recent addition to Tony's team for week 2, 17 big points. Brandon Aubrey, 18 points for Eric. Both these kickers kicked game-time or game-winning field goals at the end of regulation. Cool stuff. Both defenses getting the double-digit points because both defenses and special teams scored a touchdown as well. Back and forth. What a game. So bad someone had to lose this game. Tony, congratulations on the dub this week. But speaking of high scores, look at Matt Brennan. It took just 2 weeks for someone to crack the century mark. I wasn't sure anyone was going to top 100 points all year long. Matt Brennan took a whopping 2 weeks to do that for us. 108 points, led by his quarterback play, 25 and 33 from Lamar and Jared Goff. Also got a big game from Malik Neighbors, but everyone scored. Every single one of the 10 guys on his rosters added and contributed some points, 108 points, a massive demolition. Good thing Greg Score is hiding behind my face because frankly, it wasn't good. You can see a couple of DMPs in there, a lot of real low scores in there. Greg owned 32 points on the week. On a side note, Greg and I were talking about luck. I think luck is going to be a fundamental part of this league. You're just going to have good fortune, right? Here, Greg's getting some bad fortune. Brock Purdy, DMP. George Kittle, DMP. Joe Burrow gets hurt in the game. Greg's that's 2 of his top 3 picks already hurt. I think 2 of his top 4 picks, already hurt. That is not helpful. That is not conducive for winning. But as I told Greg, bad luck in this league. He did just win both our baseball semifinals, so don't cry to him too hard. He beat me in both ones. I'm not bitter at all about it. But the reality is that, hey, you win some, you lose some. But luck will absolutely be a big part of this league. Let's look at another barn burner, another back and forth game over here. Todd, a 47-45 win over Phil. Difference in this game absolutely comes down to the quarterback position. I like that we put 2 quarterbacks in this league. Their most important position in football, most important position in this game right here. Todd, 27 combined from his quarterbacks, whereas Phil only 16 points from his quarterbacks. Not so great. J.J. McCarthy will likely not play, so Phil may have to make a move there. Jaden Daniels looking questionable as well. Can Phil right the ship a little bit next week, or these quarterbacks continue to bog Phil down a little bit? Tough to say. Andy and Matt went at it, 60-48 win for Matt Merrill in this game. I'm going to call it just a professional victory for Matt. Had some margin to spare. Andy did have both Baker Mayfield, CJ Stroud, and Mike Evans last night. Couldn't come up with enough points to pull Andy back into this one despite 21 points from them. He's too far behind when the week started. Matt led by 19 from Drake May against our Dolphins. Seriously, you got a player playing the Dolphins, start him. That defense is abysmal. I heard that Anthony Weaver is seen as a potential head coaching candidate. Hopefully not based on his defensive performance the first 2 weeks. They've been awful. Congratulations to Matt on the win. A professional spot-on win for Matt Merrill. And then finally, in the pillow fight of the week, Gary and I staged a game that was best viewed with your eyes closed as I win 40-38. I guess it was a close one, if nothing else. We got points from 8 of the 10 players on my roster. Unfortunately, not a single one broke double digits. Gary had the other problem. Gary had a couple guys break double digits, had a 9-point score, but had 5 zeros. You're not going to win many games with 5 zeros in this league. Let's look at your standings. Tony, Phil, Matt, Merrill, and Andy, all at 1-1, leading the way over in the AFC. However, if you look at number 5, the only 0-2 team in the conference actually has the best points scored. Eric has averaged 72 points per game, but we just talked about luck. Eric, unfortunately, has run 2 real high-scoring teams in his first 2 games. Good news, just a game back. We've got 6 out of 10 teams are going to make the playoffs. Eric's still right in the mix right here. But in the NFC, we do have a little more separation. Todd and I, that's right, 2 graybeards, 2 of the original league members right here. Todd and I, 2-0 each on top of the division. Matt Brennan, his massive 108-point game just behind us, as is Gary at 1-1. Greg, the only winless team in this conference at 0-2. And opposite of Eric, his point scored is not good. Hopefully Greg can find some solutions out. And if you know Greg like I do, I'm sure he will. It's going to be a problem in a few weeks once he gets that roster straightened out a little bit. Speaking of transactions, Greg's going to have to make some. I think Phil might have to make a move at quarterback. I might have to make a move at quarterback as well. Look at your transactions. I'm sorry, we have one of these backwards. Spencer Schrader was picked up for Tony for Tyler Bass. I told you that move worked out great. This is actually flipped. Eric cut the Jets defense to pick up the Cardinals defense. Cardinals defense, 11 big points for Eric in week number 2. And then finally, Gary had to make a move after Jake Moody got cut from the Niners, picks up Tyler Loop of Baltimore, inserted him in the lineup. Almost sprung the win on me, that Tyler Loop. We'd have 2 pickups already for week 3. Oh, I like these. Now we're getting juicy. Enough of these kickers and these defenses. Let's get to the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers. Matt Brennan goes ahead, cuts Travis Kelce. Must have watched him catch the ball in the game he were playing because it was pathetic. So he goes and picks up Tyler Warren, drops Travis Kelce, and then Phil comes in hot, picks up Zay Flowers for Jalen Waddle. This was before the news of J.J. McCarthy's injury, so Phil may have to stomach a 0 from J.J. McCarthy this week because only one move per week. That's right, friends. Finally, your week number 3 matchups in the LFFL 10. We have only one AFC game this week. Tony at 1-1 taking on Phil at 1-1. Obviously, one of these teams will still be at minimum tied for the division lead when this game is over. And then your NFC game this week, Todd at 2-0 takes on Greg at 0-2. This is a great spot for Todd facing an ailing Greg team to move to 3-0, have a stranglehold on the early division lead in the NFC. But we do have some interesting interdivision games as well. Matt Brennan takes his high-scoring show on the road to face Andy, both teams at 1-1. Gary looking for a bounce back after a tough loss this week, facing 0-2 Eric. But as I told you, Eric actually the high-scoring team in the AFC. So can Gary do business with Eric, or will Eric finally break through and get that first win for a high-scoring team? And then the bottom right here, if I was doing primetime matchups, this would be your game. For those of you that don't know league history, the 2 oldest league members in this league are Matt Merrill and myself. That is right. We had only 2 people left from the original league. We started in 1991. Matt Merrill got a higher pick than me, was able to pick Dan Marino at pick number 3. I was stuck with pick number 4. Matt rode Dan Marino to a win in the first ever season. It is always so cool when we get back together. Matt and I have faced each other so many times over the years in these football leagues. It's been a blast. It's an honor to do battle with Matt once again. Take my 2-0 record up against my good friend Matt. So how are we doing this week? Awesome week in the LFFL 10. I appreciate you all playing along with me. This league has instantly become one of my absolute favorites. Hope you all have a great week. Hope you all do well, unless you're Matt Merrill and you're playing me, in which case maybe you don't do so well. We'll talk to you for week number 3 recap and week number 4 preview.